Hey YouTube, how's it going? Chaos Emperor Dragons here, bringing you the Danger Blue Eyes profile put together. Got a couple of requests to show some combos of this deck. And this deck doesn't really combo like massively. It's more of a going second deck to kind of break your opponent's board. But I'm going to showcase you some of the stuff you can do with this deck at least. And just show you some test hands that we would get. So just going to shuffle up the deck so there's nothing that's been pre-made. And just go from there and see what some of our opening hands are. Let me know if you actually put this deck together and if you've been playing it or if you made any changes or recommendations. It'd be kind of good to know what people are doing. Let's see our first card. So we've got Return of the Dragon Lords, we've got a Blue Eyes, got a Galactic Spiral, we've got a Jackalope, and a Trade-In. Okay, so that's not too bad. So let's have a look. So first, we could start with a Trade-In and get rid of the Galactic Spiral because it can special summon from the hand or graveyard. And you get 2 free draws, so 1 and 2. And then because we've got 2 Blue Eyes in our hand, we can actually play Melody and get rid of 1 of the Blue Eyes. And what we can do is we can add an alternative and 11 to our hands. So that's not too bad. Loaded up a bit of the graveyard as well. We've got 1 light, 1 dark in there. We can reveal the Blue Eyes and special summon the alternative. Just put that there. And then we can activate the Jackalope. And don't actually mind too much if they hit the Jackalope. Actually, I won't activate the Jackalope. I think that's a bit of a misplay. We'll keep the Jackalope in hand. We'll activate Return of the Dragon Lords. And we'll actually bring out the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Just put those there so it's in the columns. And then because we actually control 2 light dragons, we can bring out the Galactic Spiral Dragon as well. Which is pretty good. So now you got this in your graveyard. Now, it's a turn 1 board, so you kind of want to just make a boss monster that your opponent's going to find really hard to out. So in this sense, I kind of think the best option you got is actually if you link 3 into a BLS with its protection effect and non-targeting effect. It's a pretty good boss monster that most people will find hard to out. And now we've got sort of 3 different cards in our graveyard. You can actually banish all 3 to bring out your 11 here. And then we can activate Jackalope. We kind of want to discard our Jackalope so we can bring out another level 8 to the field. So let's see. We'll see this is our odds and this is our evens. So we've got our evens. What have we hit? We hit the Jackalope. Yes. So now we can special summon a danger in defense position. Doesn't matter about the danger. So we could just do Ogopogo. Now it actually allows us to go into a rank. So what we could do then. So we've still got a Blue Eyes in our hand, which is not going to do too much. But we can overlay these 2. And then you can either go into a Hope, which will give you a spell negate and a force attack negate, but you've got your BLS, so it's not too bad. Or you could go into your Sky Prison to stop your opponent special summoning from the graveyard. Now, as I said, it takes like, you got to kind of know a bit what your opponent's playing or try and just go for safety. So like in this situation, that's really hard to out for the BLS. So I'd actually probably just go for the Hope. And that way you've got a spell negate on the field as well. So that way it's not too bad of a turn 1 board. You know, 2 decent boss monsters, both big attacks. And you can just kind of go from there. Cool, so that's not too bad for a turn 1 board. And for your follow-ups, you'll probably struggle a bit because you've only got a Blue Eyes on your hand. And let's just say next turn, what would you have drawn? A Dark Arm. Actually, with the Dark Arm, let's see. Those 3 were banished. We had 1 Jackalope in the graveyard. if they got rid of this, we would have had Lebanon and Ogopogo. So yeah, you could have brought out your Dark Arm and start clearing the field. So it's not the worst thing. I actually really like Dark Arm in this deck because I actually brought it out quite a few times and just started clearing my opponent's field. Okay, let's reshuffle and try another hand and see what we get. Yeah, my kind of experiences with this, so played a friend who put a Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon deck together. It was actually a lot of fun, the duels battles, because like they didn't actually end very quickly. It was actually really thought out. So like turn one, he pulled out a Blue Eyes Chaos Max very comfortably. So I just made a full armor dragon and just crashed into it because I couldn't actually think of any other way to go out that card. It's such a powerful card, and like I know it's a more anime choice, but such a good card as well. Okay, let's see what we get. You get a Jackalope, an Ogopogo, a Dragon's Mirror, a Nibiru, and a Phantasme. Okay, so not the most brilliant of hand. So what we could do is we can activate the Jackalope. Just shuffle up. And we'll say 1 to 5. Reroll for 6. Got a 3, so 1, 2, 3. Hit the Nibiru. So we summon out that Jackalope. Get a draw. Okay, Sage of White Eyes of Blue, that's not bad. So we can normal summon that. Get its effect to add a tuner to our hand. So we'll add the White Stone. And then we can actually activate the Ogopogo. So you can get another body on board. You could kind of just call it a BLS turbo deck in this kind of instance because it's a turn one. That's all we want to do. So we got 5, so we want a 1 to 4. 4, and got this one. We hit the Ogopogo. So we actually send the danger response team to the graveyard. That's actually not great for us because we kind of wanted that to go through. But that's fine. Let's see what else we can do. Okay, so I haven't actually got too many options left because we've got a Dragon's Mirror, but my target is a Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. So it's not the greatest thing. Danger response team only works if I have another danger on my hand. So they're not particularly great. I think I'd be having to pass at this point because I've got nothing else. And just hoping I can survive a turn. The next turn, yep, get a Melody. Use Melody, discard a level 8, which I don't have. Which is quite annoying. Or hopefully I would have been able to buy out the Phantasme. Yeah, so that wasn't the greatest of hands. Let's just try reshuffle and do one more. Let's reshuffle that. Okay, and let's do a cut. All right, let's see what we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, that was bad. Okay, so we've got a Melody, Dangerous Response Team, and a Dragon's Ravine. Okay. So Melody, at least we can get a Blue Eyes alternative out because we can add one of each. A Dragon's Ravine, we can either dump the Destrudo or the Galactic Spiral, but obviously we need a second dragon on board. All right, let's see how this works. Okay, so we can activate the Melody or discard the Danger Response team. And we can add a Blue Eyes and a Blue Eyes alternative. Just trying to get 3 monsters on board, so I can make my BLS and pass. So I can reveal the blue eyes, bring out my alternative. So that's 1 out. Oh yeah, actually, then I can normal summon Whitestone Allegiance, activate my Dragon's Ravine. I can discard the blue eyes, so I can keep them under Nibiru for my opponent's turn. And I can actually send the Galactic Spiral Dragon to the graveyard. And because I control 2 light dragons, I can actually special summon him out. Let's give that a shuffle. Cool. And then what I can actually do is I can link. So actually, you've got 2 options here, just because we've got the opportunity for once. We can make a Blue Eye Spirit Dragon and kind of pass. And the Blue Eye Spirit basically locks your opponent from any special summoning twice from the graveyard. And then you contribute out to bring out a Zero Eyes, which has a 3000 defense, which is actually pretty good. And in that case, if we did that, we didn't have to bring this out. We could just leave it in the graveyard. And then also this in the end phase, because it will get sent to the graveyard. So if we do that kind of way rather than the BLS, because you've kind of seen that option before. So if we synchro summon these 2 off into the Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, which you'd bring out in defense because it's got 3000 defense. So this is actually a really good card. So I'll read it out to you. So neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time. Once per turn during either player's turn, when an effect of a card in the graveyard is activated, you can negate the activation, which is really good. And then during either player's turn, you contribute this synchro summon card, special summon 1 light dragon, synchro monster, which will basically be your Zero Eyes. So you could put that in your defense position. Now, because Ancients got sent to the graveyard in your end phase, you can actually bring out Spirit, which also you can bring in defense position. You don't get the banish because you've got nothing to banish. And its quick effect won't necessarily be that useful because you've got no blue eyes in your hand. But it gives you a couple of monsters on the board and gives you something your opponent have to think about. If we cut the deck, and basically just kind of see. So if we assume we survive the turn, we negate the activation, then we tribute this off to bring out the Zero Eyes in defense position, which is actually really good because it stops your opponent from targeting your dragons and also it can't be destroyed by card effects. So very good card to have aboard. So let's just say turn 2 we drew. Get an Ogopogo, so then what you could do then is rather than activate the Ogopogo, because you've got the danger response team in your graveyard, you can discard the danger and then draw another card instead. So, you know, you could do one or the other. So if we discard the danger, you wouldn't get his effect because you've got no other legal targets. You put the response team back to the bottom and we get another draw. Dragon's Mirror, okay. Not the worst. You could banish 1 Blue Eyes, 2 Blue Eyes. I don't know if Blue Eye Spirit Dragon's a legal target for a alternative dragon. But actually, if you really need to, and you hadn't used the Nibiru, you could discard it, send the other Blue Eyes, then activate Dragon's Mirror, and then be able to pull out your alternative if need be. You'd link these 2 off into something else, like a Wombless or something. But yeah, that's kind of the deck. And as I said, it's not really a combo heavy deck. It's just more wherever your opponent's playing, and it just allows you to adapt and play against the situations kind of against you. Yeah, as I said, it's just a bit hard to showcase combos with this deck. It's not, as I said, there's no set turn 1 combo you're always going to do. It's just more, hey, you know, this is what you're playing against. This is what I'm going to pull out against you. So let me know if you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll bring you some more videos soon of more coherent combos, hopefully. And see you next time.